We all want young people leaving school to share certain characteristics. We want them to be tolerant, we want them to be engaged, we want them to be curious. But for so many young people today, politics and current affairs is incredibly remote, locked away and filled with other people. People who are in some way different. How does this happen? Who tells them it's not for them? I'm sorry to say that we do, all the time. We do it when we don't talk about it with them. When students go through 14 years of school and politics is hardly mentioned. Sure, there's the occasional mock election and a sober lecture about how important it is to vote. There may even be a drop-down day now and again, but that simply doesn't have the impact. You want children who are good at STEM subjects. You teach STEM subjects, you invest in them, and yet when it comes to the biggest decisions, students are expected to pick it up by osmosis, by equating a tokenistic school council election with an election to decide how we run the country. Here's one way to fix it. Embed it into the school week. Make it part of the furniture. Use a weekly quiz. 10 questions. Only 5 or so on politics and current affairs. Let's not be too heavy about this. A couple on sport and a couple on entertainment. This quiz is done collaboratively by a class at a time. So discussion, voting and consensual decision making are built in. It can be led by a student, not the teacher. It's done once a week on a Friday. Everyone loves a quiz. The format itself is engaging enough, but what happens next is the real hook for the students. On Monday, results are circulated. Each class is put into a league. They're in competitions with other classes in their school and in other schools. Now, this competition and this repetition are game changers. Students are drawn in. They come to school on a Friday talking about the news. They start to discuss topics, they debate, and the wonderful thing about debate and discussion is that it leads to more debate and discussion. It becomes cyclical. The students involved become tolerant of the opinions of others. They're switched onto the world. They want to know more. All this through a weekly quiz. It takes 10 to 15 minutes. It costs £15 per week per school, and yet its impact on the lives of the students is transformative.